Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the performance of the Strength, Great Saiyaman 1 and Videl after their Extreme Z Awakening in DBZ Dokkan Battle Global. So obviously they are part of the April Fool's units, so they recently got their Extreme Z Awakening as a part of the April Fool's update that kind of happens every year. So really cool stuff. It's always fun to see these units get awakenings, and these guys obviously they fall into the category, at least for me, of being another great Defenders of Justice EZA that just doesn't have a strong enough lead or a main unit to build around. Like Videl is a lot of fun, but she's just not really there. She's just not really there in terms of a lead anymore. She does great damage still, but just defensively she can't hold up. But these guys, they're very interesting. They're a Defenders of Justice category lead of Key +3, HP attack and defense is 77%. They greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause supreme damage to the enemy, and lower extreme class enemies' attack and defense. They have attack and defense of 158% plus an additional attack and defense of 58% when performing a super attack. They have an additional attack and defense of 58% when attacking extreme class enemies, and chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, plus 4%, plus an additional attack and defense per Defenders of Justice category ally on the team of 10%. So this is all additive. So basically if you have a full Defenders of Justice team, it's a 24% crit chance and a 24% evasion chance, with an additional 60% from the Defenders of Justice. They also give Defenders of Justice 18% crit chance, 18% additional attack and defense. So they're giving themselves about 40% attack and defense if they're on a full Defenders of Justice team, and they will seal the attack to enemy super attack for 2 turns if they are facing extreme class enemies. And we can see them now sitting in this position with quite a few links active, obviously a lot of support on the rotation, 170,000 defense. This will increase quite substantially, going to around 230,000. And they will also greatly raise their attack and defense 1 turn. So they should be over the 250k mark after super, which is pretty good. It's also quite interesting to note they're probably the first unit I've ever seen that has only lowering extreme class enemies attack and defense on their super attack effect, which is pretty rare. In terms of link skills, these guys have Infighters, Courage, Patrol, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Shocking Speed, and Sharing the Limits. And these are obviously very, Defenders of Justice, Great Saiyaman style links. Patrol is obviously a Great Saiyaman kind of link, Hero of Justice, Great Saiyaman kind of link, Signature Pose, Great Saiyaman kind of link, and Sharing the Limit super common because all of these units are basically free to play. They are Joined Forces, Movie Heroes, Defenders of Justice, Bond of Parent and Child, and Earthbred Fighters. Overall, they're pretty cool looking. Obviously they look great on the Defenders of Justice team. They really do look great on the Defenders of Justice team. I think Defenders of Justice has a very interesting team, in terms of build. If you look at Defenders of Justice, if you have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, you can run a pretty fun team, but the lead is Videl. So if you throw in all of these Great Saiyaman 1s and 2s and 2s and 1s and LRs and the Gamma 1s, you probably have a pretty fun team. Honestly speaking, it is a pretty cool team. I think it's got a lot of cross synergy. It benefits a lot from link leveling, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, basically, if you look at Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 with their 200k defense, it can be a very strong team. When it gets a 200% lead, it could be incredibly powerful. If you think about the strength of the leads, if you get a 200% lead for Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, for example, you are basically going to have them sitting at around 230-ish thousand defense, and then they also gain an additional attack and defense on their super attack. It's just pretty impressive, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think overall you have to kind of consider, you know, just how good the team is going to look one day when they get a nice 200% lead. And these free-to-play units are pretty strong. I always think they do the Defenders of Justice free-to-play units pretty well. They're all quite fun to use. They link up well. They provide a lot of utility. You know, they're always debuffing, crit hitting, supporting, evading. They just have a lot. And I think for me, I've always been a fan of them as units. I think in general they just do a very good job, and I just have a very good time using them. So from my side, I'm super duper happy with their overall performance. And yeah, I think they are an exciting unit to take a look at and to use. And yeah, I think in general they're a lot of fun. Obviously, you know, to each their own. Some people don't like Defenders of Justice as a category. Some people do. I think it's a good category, just needs a 200% lead. An easy A for Videl would be cool. It sounds weird to say Videl needs an easy A, but it's not because she's bad at all. It's just literally because her defense isn't there. Like, her offense is pretty good. Yeah, honestly, she's fine. I don't really have an issue with Videl. She's still a great floater. She just needs a bit of help with her team. And now if you have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, you can make that work. But anyway, let's talk about Red Saiyaman 1 and Videl. I think they looked very good there. I don't think anyone will argue with that. 4 million attack stats, 170, 150k defense before supering, 250-ish k afterwards. It's really not, it shouldn't be that surprising to see them do so well. Like I said, these Defenders of Justice units, they provide so much support to each other. It's just very impressive. Obviously, link set wise, that does mean that they tend to have a little bit of issues. They tend to have some problems when it comes to link set, because they link well amongst each other. They don't really link well beyond the rest. So it is definitely limiting to them, but at the same time it makes them very strong, because if you look at links like Patrol, that gives 20% defense. So link leveling that, and that 170k and 150k grows again. Signature Pose gives them more attack. Hero of Justice, more crit. Shocking Speed, more defense. Sharing the Limit, more defense. Courage, more attack. Infighter, more attack. It's just a lot. Like, they just get a lot from the links, and it just makes them good. And with their cross synergy, they're very good. I like them a lot. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think they're great. I think they're very strong. And yeah, I think people just kind of overlook them because the category is a bit weak. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.